I want to turn to the State of the Union in this moment from last night.
That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Democratic Congresswoman Ilhan Omar and Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib of Minnesota and Michigan, respectively. What do you think of that behavior from these members of your own party?
Look, I don't think that it affects much. I don't think folks are watching the State of the Union saying, oh, yeah, they should be hollering or not hollering, all based off if you're team red or you're team blue. There's no doubt that there's no love lost between President Trump and those two congresspeople. And I think we see it play out every day in the press, but I don't think regular people really care about those two people hating each other.
Doug, President Trump now escalating that. He posted on Truth Social today that those two, quote, screamed uncontrollably and, quote, had the bulging, bloodshot eyes of crazy people, lunatics, mentally deranged and sick, who frankly look like they should be institutionalized. He said also that they should go back where they came from, even though I should point out Congresswoman Tlaib is from the United States, even if she has Palestinian heritage. Congresswoman Omar is a U.S. citizen who was a refugee. Definitionally telling people of color to go back where they came from when they came from here or they're U.S. citizens is, I think, racist. Yeah. What do you think?
Yes, and look, this is part and parcel with what he's done consistently. It shouldn't be a surprise that he said this, just as shocking as the Obama images were. This is a guy who just a few weeks earlier, we thought he learned his lesson with the Rob Reiner tweet. So this will happen again.
Why did you think he learned his lesson?
I know we thought, well, this is it. If somebody who you knew was murdered by their children, clearly that's the line. There is no line.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
No, and what you're seeing now is that we keep talking about it. Me and Doug talk about the primaries coming up, and we both agree that in a midterm, it's about who's motivating who to actually go vote. Are you really mad enough to actually show up and stand in line and vote? There's about 35% of the electorate who don't show up in an off year. And we're seeing in the Texas results now, lots of folks showing up. And I give the Republicans some credit. Their turnout is higher than it's been. It's just the Democrats is even more higher because I think they're tired of seeing this.
Well, let me ask you also just a general question. Are we ever coming back from this? I mean, is American politics ever returning to the place where a Democrat and a Republican, Tip O'Neill and Ronald Reagan, can go out and have a beer together after disagreeing all day? Or are we now just yelling at each other?
That still happens. Yeah. There are still so many Supreme Court cases that are ruled 9-0, 8-1, so many bipartisan bills. But what gets rewarded in our political and media world is exactly what we saw. There's a reason that Lauren Boebert and MTG did the same thing to Joe Biden, Joe Wilson to Obama. This is the reward system that we have.
Just for the record, we regularly book the bipartisan teams of member of Congress. They come here, senators, House members, and we love it, and we hope that they come back more. More of that, please. Thanks to both of you.